Hi, so today's lesson plan we're going to talk about adequate clearance. Firstly, let's define the word adequate clearance. In the driving industry, we sometimes call that the bubble rule. And what we mean by a bubble rule would be the protection around your vehicle, a bubble being around your vehicle. And if anyone penetrates that in any way, shape or form, that could damage your vehicle or the occupants of your vehicle. So it's a bubble rule we're looking at. So how do we keep ourselves safe? Let's start by the near side. So when we're driving along the curb, how far should we drive from the curb? Simple answer is 1 meter. So when we're driving along, it's 1 meter from the curb and 1 meter from any parked vehicles or any other fixed objects that may be on the road. How do we define this 1 meter? Well, we look in the windscreen and we look for the reference point against the curb, and that kind of defines the 1 meter reference point. If you're parking on the left hand side, we normally keep a 1 foot reference. So you should have 2 references to follow, 1 for parking and 1 for driving. So if we're driving 1 meter from the curb, that should relatively put us kind of in between the curb and the white line in the middle of the road, which means the other driver will equally drive at the same kind of space. If we are against parked vehicles and we're going past and moving over to the right hand side more, then think about the space is being squeezed. If the safe space is being squeezed, less space, less speed, because your bubble's being squeezed. So let's make sure that if your bubble's being squeezed, if we need to stop or slow down, we've got time to do that. So less space, less speed. At the front, we're leaving a 2-second gap. So if we're following vehicles, we should leave a 2-second gap. How do you define 2 seconds? We find a fixed object. When the car in front of us goes past that fixed object, we should be counting 1,000, 2, 2,000, and our vehicle shouldn't come to that point before that point, if that makes sense. If it's raining, that increases to 4 seconds. If it's sleety or snowy, that should go to 10 seconds, and we should keep that relevant gap all of the time. Approximately at 30 miles an hour, 2-second gap is about 6 car lengths, which sounds like a lot, but if you had to brake suddenly, it's the thinking time to react to that slowing down process. So have a look at that. Naturally, sometimes drivers behind us start following too close because they get comfortable with their driving. If the vehicle behind is too close, you would have to increase your gap ahead of you to compensate for the vehicle behind us. But use that skill of asking your learner, how do they feel about the driver driving too close to and behind? This reinforces behaviors. It also gets that person to think about why they should keep the gaps ahead as well. So we're applying the bubble rule, and if you apply that bubble rule all of the time, then you should be driving with a safe position within your car and keeping the safe distances. Thank you.